What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to the battle of the UCL Week 9. We're going up against Bobby. You can see the team I got. If you don't know why I have these Pokemon here, be sure to check out my team building video. But anyways, this is April Fool's Day, so you can see we got Digimon Showdown Beta here, and we're going to have some really interesting Pokemon sprites during this battle. Digimon wallpaper and all. Anyways, let's see what he brought. This should be interesting. I hope I can lead off with Heatran and get up rocks early. Like I said, I have a lot of Pokemon on my team dedicated to specific threats, which means each Pokemon is pretty pivotal in success. So I really do think the pressure is on for this week, with having to play pretty well. I think he's going to be linking the battle to our chat. So while I'm figuring out what I'll lead with, you'll see a whole bunch of names join like usual. It's a fun group. Halfway through the regular season. More than halfway. The anticipation. Let's see, yeah. As far as his battle style goes, I don't really know it that well. I am going to be starting off by trying to play kind of safer. And then if I see him trying to predict me or make reads, I'll do the same. But I'm not going to try and overextend myself early on, especially when each Pokemon plays such an important role. Things I'm looking out for: Assault Vest Latias with Earthquake. What if he brings Assault Vest Latias with Earthquake? My Zapdos completely walls it. And now we wait. Oh, he's ready. This is actually a pretty pivotal match for our league in that I'm currently first place and he's currently fourth place, and only the top 4 teams make playoffs. So a lot of the teams who are 5, 6, 7, 8, because all of the scores are pretty similar, are hoping that I win because Bobby's loss could enable them to make playoffs eventually, or at least someone temporarily fill that playoff position spot. Alright, so this team, oh my god, and these sprites are ridiculous. I'm assuming this is Victini on the left. Okay, so he's got Victini, Latias, Togekiss like expected, Mega Swampert, and Slacking like expected, and Donphan. Okay, so 5 of the 6 I was expecting. Donphan is a little interesting. So I've got... what do I lead with is the real question. Or what does he lead with? Swampert is probably an offensive set, given he brought Donphan, which typically runs rocks. If he leads with Donphan, I don't remember him really ever leading off always with his Stealth Rocker, though. I think I'll lead off with something that does decently against all of his team and just lead off with Suicune. And he brings Swampert, so that works out really well. He also didn't bring either of his Scald counters, so I could have brought Sleep Talk instead of Extra Sensory. But the real question is, what is this sprite for Suicune? A wave? A whale, maybe? I have no idea. That's interesting, to say the least. Anyways, his Latias is maybe his Suicune counter. I'm actually just going to Calm Mind here. Earthquake literally shook the screen. Okay, so I can just Scald here. This is going to do a decent amount of damage. But more importantly, it's got a burn chance. Ooh, crit! Private Paragon. That's too funny. I really want the crit burn. Or not, well, I want the crit burn, but I want the burn. The burn is huge. I'm surprised he used Fissure. Just kidding, it's Earthquake. For those of you that don't know, Fissure is a 1-hit KO move with 30% accuracy. I think he's just going to sacrifice his Swampert here. Or not. That's nice, to be honest. We get the burn. That looks like Assault Vest Latias. So what I'm actually going to do here... he's probably running Thunderbolt, if I had to guess. Assault Vest Latias. Actually, here. I'm going to run some calcs real quick. Suicune at +1 against Latias. Let's see what Assault Vest is at. Because this is a +1 Scald, too. Yeah, this is definitely Assault Vest Latias, which means he gets worn down over time. I could see if he wants to go for Thunderbolt. At +1, I do beat that. Actually, at +2, I do better off. Question is, do I just go into my Zapdos? I think so. If he drops a Draco, I set up with other things. Actually, no, I don't go that. It does look like a Hot Wheels track. That's so true. I'm gonna go into Heatran on the Thunderbolt, because I really want to keep Zapdos healthy for Togekiss. So he is running Thunderbolt. We take that like a champ, and nothing on his team is immune to Toxic. So, ooh, do I get... No, I Stealth Rock here. He might be running Earthquake. If he is, that's kind of problematic. But I really want to get my Stealth Rock up here, because that'll do 25% damage to Victini and put a lot of things in range of a Liepard sweep or a Salamence sweep. Of course, Toxic would be nice, but this might be his chance. Oh, he's probably running a more offensive Donphan then. Interesting. Given he's running EQ on Swampert and Stealth Rock, he might not be running Ice Punch, or if he is, he's not fully invested in attack. But I do want to get my Stealth Rock up. That means Jirachi can take out Swampert, although I was calculating based on an offensive Mega Swampert, so I might need to rack up a little bit more damage than previously thought to KO Swampert with Energy Ball. But no, he also has Rapid Spin with Donphan, so I'm surprised he went into this. I actually outspeed this, like guaranteed. I wonder if I KO with Flash Cannon. No, I don't. So he can safely Waterfall or EQ here. I think that did quite a bit to my Suicune, and my Suicune's a little weakened. Yeah, it did 36%. So after Rocks, my Suicune can't really take that. But I also don't think he's going to go for Ice Punch, so I'm actually going to go into my Salamence here. That is an interesting sprite. Now, if he has Ice Punch, he's probably going to go for it here. I do not... Or no, I do outspeed him. Does Dragon Claw KO? This is a really weak, or really weakened, what's it called? Swampert, so it might. And Salamence is no pushover. Yeah, Dragon Claw does 31%. What if he's physically defensive Mega Swampert, though? Dragon Claw does 22 to 26%. Is he physically defensive, though? I'm not sure. If he has Ice Punch, he's going to go for it this turn. So I'm actually just going to switch back into Suicune. And I think I take an Ice Punch really well. He doesn't have Ice Punch. That's good to know. Okay, so he went into Donphan here. He might try to Rapid Spin away his hazards here. He could just go into Latias again, though. But then again, he doesn't really have... If I get a burn on that, that would be great. So I'm actually just going to Scald here, especially if he wants to try to Rapid Spin. And now that's taking Rocks damage, so this is actually in Sucker Punch range now. So of course, he can Thunderbolt here. I'm actually just going to go back into Heatran. I can take any attack he goes for pretty well. You know, crits though. But it's all good. He might go into Swampert here. He doesn't have Earthquake and he doesn't have Ice Punch. I think my best play is just to Lava Plume here. Because he's Assault Vest, I also know he doesn't have Defog with this, and if he does have Hazard Control, it's via Rapid Spin from Donphan. He might just Thunderbolt again, to be honest, to get rid of this. Do I really need this, though? It might be helpful against Togekiss, but beyond that, not really. How much does Zapdos take from a Thunderbolt? So this is a more offensive Assault Vest Latias, and you can see Draco Meteor doesn't even do half. So I'm actually going to go into my Zapdos here. Oh, he goes into that. Not really what I expected. That being said, I don't think he has Ice Punch. I should think again. What did he predict? So he used Thunderbolt, and he was expecting me to switch, maybe? Or no, this was his switch into Heatran like before, so he's not really trying to make any reads here. I can't damage this. And I don't think he has Ice Punch. So he's probably going to Waterfall here. So I'll go into Salamence again. Yeah, but we take that like a champ. He might predict the Roost here and go for an Earthquake. I do definitely KO this with Dragon Claw, but he does like nothing to me. That being said, I can't damage Togekiss, so my better play is definitely just to go for Dragon Claw here. Yeah, if he goes for Earthquake, I think he... Actually, let me see here. How much would Earthquake do? It's definitely stronger than Waterfall. Assuming he's offensive Stealth Rock. Okay, yeah, Earthquake would do quite a bit of damage. Oh, this is before an Intimidate, though. That being said, I still don't want to risk that, so yeah, I'm just going to Dragon Claw here. He withdraws it and goes into this. The crit's actually really nice. Because he might be running Rapid Spin, I think Donphan, he might be offensive spinner. Earthquake still doesn't do a lot, but that's also after an Intimidate, so... Same with Ice Shard. He's definitely running Ice Shard if I had to guess. So I'm going to go into Suicune here. Hopefully on the Rapid Spin. Yum. Is he Life Orb? He's Life Orb. Damage? What? So I can pretty safely Scald here. Again, if he wants to go in the Latias, that's gonna get KO'd pretty easily, I think. How much would an Assault Vest Thunderbolt do to, what's it called? With Thunderbolt, how much would that do to a Suicune at +1? Okay, so at +1, that is not doing much. 24 to 29%. Now I want to check how much, first of all, how much speed this thing runs typically. Not a lot. They also typically run Assault Vest. EQ would not do a lot. Alright, he's running Life Orb though. So EQ would not KO me, actually. Yeah, that's an Adamant Donphan too. But EQ into Life Shard, or Ice Shard would. So I'm actually just gonna Scald here, and I think he overpredicts me and gets punished for it. So, like I said, trying to play safe, not gonna overextend until later in the game if necessary. Okay, so what does he go for here? He can go for Retaliate, which is probably his best move. It's a stab move. He typically runs Encore, Retaliate, Earthquake, and Night Slash. he might predict this and have Ice Punch. I think I actually take a Retaliate pretty well, to be honest. The way he brought it in too, he's probably Scarf. Yeah, I actually take a Retaliate, which is crazy. But I'm actually going to switch into my Jirachi here. He's not going to Earthquake against a Suicune. And I take that really well. Jirachi looks like an absolute mess. So now I have a free turn. So what I can actually do is, what's he going to bring in here? Maybe Victini, maybe Swampert, but I'm going to Wish. He's either going to switch out or do something else. Oh, I thought for a second he was Life Orb, but no, the damage he took is just Stealth Rock damage. So yeah, I'll get Leftovers Recovery after this turn, and depending on, he'll probably bring in Victini, to be honest. And I can switch in Salamence, and I'll get that Jirachi Wish, which would be really nice. After an Intimidate, Victini does 37% max. Yep, there's that Victini. Does 37% max with a Choice Banded V-Create. The only thing that could be problematic is if he's running a Glaciate specially offensive set. So I'm currently at 54%, which is not high enough. I would take 25% from Rocks. Does he V-Create here? Actually, let's see if he V-Creates or Bolt Strikes. Or U-Turns even. And see what set he is. Yeah, my Salamence is not healthy enough right now. And so I can't really afford to switch it in on a V-Create. Even though he never runs Choice Band, I know my Salamence takes it really well, but like, why is that like that? Oh, it's because I took one of my... Wait. I am very confused by this. Oh, ability is Intimidate, but why is this not the same as it was in the calcs? Oh, this is not my Salamence. Have I been using the wrong Salamence for calculations? That would be bad. This is the right Salamence. That would have been bad. So yes, V-Create does maximum of 37%. Minimum of 31%, so V-Create would KO me after Rocks. So I can't switch into that. I could play around with this. I do want to heal up my Heatran, so let's hope he V-Creates here. Oh, and he Bolt Strikes. Good play on his part. What I can do, though, is I can actually go into my Life Art here and just click Foul Play. Life Art looks ridiculous. If he wants to go into Togekiss, I think that's his only play here, and then I go into Zapdos. But I at least scare this thing out. Foul Play will definitely KO. Oh, he goes into Swampert. Well, that's a gone Life Art. Now he probably goes into Togekiss. Oh, he goes into this. The question is, does he predict Earthquake or not? How well does Salamence take a return, actually? Because I could use this opportunity to heal up with Salamence. Return does 30 to 35%, which is not quite safe. Yeah, that's actually guaranteed to KO. How much does Sucker Punch do? Sucker Punch does not do a lot. Not a lot at all. If he wants to go for Earthquake, though, I can bring in Salamence and heal up, which would be really nice. And I don't really need Jirachi as much anymore. Actually, do I really need Suicune? No, I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna go into Suicune here, actually, because I don't want him to mess around with him predicting Jirachi and going for Earthquake. Yeah. Whew. There we go. Did not want to lose Jirachi. So now I can fire off a Scald, but I'm actually going to rest so that I can take some hits. Does he stay in here? Does he have the Scald switch in? Latias does not take Scalds well. Do I rest or not? Actually, I think I just Scald here. Yeah, Latias. I want to get some damage off on this. Oh, crit's nice. But he's only got one turn left. I need Zapdos for Togekiss. I need Salamence for Victini. I need Jirachi for Slacking, and Liepard pretty much wins at this point. So yeah, in the off chance Draco Meteor misses or something like that, and he goes for Draco out of nowhere, I'm gonna rest. Okay, yeah, that's fine by me. Now what does he go into? I need to find an opportunity to heal up with Salamence, and that's kind of the difficulty right now. I think Jirachi's the play. Yeah, Jirachi does well against two of his Pokemon, and he brought this in, which is awesome. So what I can actually do here is just Protect, hoping he goes for Earthquake. Perfect. Now, the question is, does he switch out? I think he has to switch out on this turn. So going into either Victini or Togekiss. I think what I'll do is just Iron Head and get some damage off. Yeah, because if I get enough damage off, I don't even really need Salamence anymore. So this is going to take some damage. I'll take that. I also heal up a bit, which is nice. I can see what he's going to go for by protecting. Victini doesn't have any setup moves, so it's not like he's going to Sword Stance or something like that. So he goes for the big V-Create. I think... Ooh, what do I do here? I don't think he's banded, so he could go for any move, really. I want to keep Zapdos for Togekiss. I need that. I think I actually sack my Salamence here. Yeah, because Jirachi wins if I Thunder Wave Slacking, I think. So I'm going to sack Salamence here. Yeah, he's running that White Herb set. So he is in a weakened state. Lowered speed. This hits max 328. What's it called? 2/3 of that is 109, or 109 times 2. 218 speed. So I outspeed that with everything on my team, which is good to know. Defense, speed, special defense drops. So I can actually go into my Zapdos here and click Thunderbolt. And then this will die. Or if he switches something in, that'll probably die. Or do I just go into this and click Foul Play? Yeah, I go into this and click Foul Play. If he switches out, anything will take damage for sure. and if he stays in, he definitely dies. I actually hope he just sacks this and then goes into his slacking. That would be ideal because I really only need Liepard to Thunderwave slacking. That's really the only thing left it can do that's really useful. Ah, he goes into this. I hate this Pokemon. He's not running Leftovers, which is worth noting. So he's probably running Citrus Berry. I know he's run that before. If I Thunder Wave this, Actually, who am I kidding? I have Zapdos for this Pokemon. I'm not going to risk my Liepard. Nasty Plot. Yikes. Even then, I beat this. He might Air Slash me here, which would suck. But what I'm actually going to do is Thunderbolt. I outspeed him. Wow. That is not what I expected. So I can actually just keep clicking Thunderbolt. I'm eventually going to get a paralysis, and I'm doing well over 50%, so... Wow, I did not expect to outspeed him. Max speed Togekiss is 284, and if he's like the Stolly or Air Slash set, that's what that's going to do. And Air Slash misses. I actually think it is so hilarious that a Pokemon that thrives on hacking people to death missed their move. And because of Leftovers recovery, I'm actually going to be back to close to full, which means I think I take a V-Create from Victini. This is really nice, actually. How much does Zapdos take from a V-Create? I also know he was, what's it called? White Herb, so... Welcome back, Twisted Spoon, sure. I live a hit if I'm at full, which would be really funny. Or I have a chance to live. After this turn, I'll be at 87%, so there's like a 50-50 as to whether or not V-Create would kill me. And then I pretty much bring in Liepard and win. I still don't think it's game just yet. I could mess this up. I'm going to think really hard so that I don't. I'm surprised he went into this. How much would Retaliate do? Actually, Liepard beats Victini for sure. So... I just click Thunderbolt here. I'm okay with sacking this. Yeah, he had to bank on, what's it called? Oh, that's perfect. That just helps. I'll Roost up. So that if he switches out into Victini here to try and win, I definitely survive a V-Create. So yeah, that's going to be a GG. Yeah, Thunderbolt will definitely do, what, 13% to a Victini? Regardless, Liepard had this game pretty much cleaned up. Oh, he outspeeds. He goes for that, but... Alright, we are now 8-1, I think, retaining our #1 spot in the league, so good game to Bobby, number 4 in the league. That was definitely a fun battle, and the mind games were a lot higher, I think, in my opinion, than your typical match, but whew, that's nice to have that off my back. And next week we go up against Max, I think, who's currently number 3 in the league, and the week after that we go up against Sam, who is number 2 in the league, so these next couple weeks are going to be pretty intense. Max has already prepared a team for me, so... yeah, I'm looking forward to this. If you thought this battle was exciting, if you thought the mind games were a little bit more than your average in this one, just wait until those games. There'll be plenty of fun. But, anyways, yeah, this is a fun battle. But until the next one, this has been Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.